Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Patrick.
And we're back talking all things real estate. We had the budget come out this last week. We've gone over some things from the budget. And so you can watch those episodes that we cover those things on. But there's some provincial stuff that has come out as well that we want to talk about today.
This is actually an exciting policy
and
that helps.
This is a good thing, yes.
Yeah,
this
some
is
good news,
yeah,
right? Not
yeah.
just me ranting on something.
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Okay.
But good news for first-time home buyers and new construction home buyers.
Yeah.
So the property transfer tax, and we know BC, what does BC stand for?
Bring cash.
Bring cash, right? So the property transfer tax is typically it is 1% for the $200,000 for the purchase price,
right?
And then 2% onwards, and then we get into the millions. I'm not really worried about that right now. Okay, but first-time home buyers typically would have been exempt if they qualified at $500,000, and then it went down with less exemption
because what is five? And
went a little higher.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that is, what does $500,000 get you in Victoria?
That micro condo for $350,000
right.
that has with no parking,
no parking, no storage. Yeah.
So it's not that it isn't impossible, but it's more relevant. How about that?
Yeah.
To prices in Victoria.
Yeah, at $835
and Vancouver.
Is it $835 or $850?
$835, and then it progressively goes down. So that's the good news. They've raised the threshold for the exemption to $835,000, and what was up to, and then less benefit and then it goes away at $860,000 entirely after $860 or at $860.
So do you get the exemption on the $835 and then anything over?
Full exemption is $835. That's the max.
Oh, okay. So then
then it starts to go down.
So they don't prorate the rest of it?
They prorate it only to $860. So what you're saying is there a benefit up to taxes, like income tax?
Yeah.
Like the first almost 10 grand, you don't pay any tax on that. No, it's not like that.
Okay.
So if you buy a place for $1 million, you're paying the whole
thing.
shebang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does, right. So it just doesn't work past that.
Yeah.
You have no benefit.
Okay.
This isn't the exciting, it is great news, but I want it to be encouraging to everybody out there who is thinking about buying. They see the news out there and it's this constant doom and gloom and housing affordability and what is the average price of a home in Toronto is 84 trillion times more than the average salary of somebody in that city.
Yeah.
Where it's
isn't Vancouver the same?
Yeah, so 84, 85 trillion times, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. I cannot believe this stat. The data analysts, all of these, I don't care who they are, right? Mm-hmm. It's the dumbest thing to say ever. I'm sorry, I'm going to go on a rant, right? It's like saying your first car is the average price of a car. So I just looked this up 2 weeks ago. The average price of a used car, is $39,000. So even if it was half of that when you bought your first car, how much you pay for your first car?
$750, I think.
$750,000.
Yeah, right. It was either $750 or $1,200. I forget exactly, but somewhere in that.
So $1,000.
So call it $1,000. Yeah.
20 times less than the average price, maybe, if I'm guessing what it was back then.
Yeah.
The new average,
and it was a four-door Ford Monarch, just so I can add to that it was I think it was a 1980 Ford Monarch, so it was there's nothing glamorous about it.
Right, so and then the new average car price is something like $67,000. That's like saying, your expectations of your first time buying a car would be somewhere between that $39,000 and $67,000, the median price of cars or some nonsense. Right? Like I bought a car for $1,100. It was like a Pontiac Tempest. It was gross. I bought it with a friend. We went halvesies on it, and like I don't know, it was like in the 80s. So like you don't start at the median price.
Yeah.
But they keep using this, and of course, obviously, I make fun of it. Like it's 85 trillion times more than the average salary. Okay. This is the encouraging part. This increase, this is what BC government is telling us, will help 14,500 more first-time home buyers. Twice as many as before will be eligible.
Okay.
You know what that tells me? 14,500 times 2, 29,000 first-time home buyers buy houses. In let's say it was last year in 2023, right? So don't let them keep you down by telling you it's unaffordable. There's 29,000 other people will be able to buy their first home in BC. Now, you know, maybe it's only 14,500 sales if it was like a couple, or like, you know, I don't know if that's 29,000 sales or 29,000 people, and some of those are singles, some of those are doubles. Sometimes they buy in groups of 3 or more. So let's just cut it down to 20,000. 20,000 out of 2023 total sales in BC were under 80,000. It was like $79,000, give or take, you know, like 1,000. So 20,000 sales out of almost 80,000. We have 20% uptake of new homeowners. I think that's the best news they can tell us. So this is actually an amazing program. And it's a huge cash cow for BC with this property transfer tax. So I'm really surprised that they've raised the exemption. Maybe they're making up for it with a speculation tax.
Sure, but that's not a first-time home buyer.
No, but they are filling the BC coffers with the speculation vacancy tax.
You think?
Oh, they expanded it. It's working so well for affordable housing. Did I say that out loud?
You did indeed.
I will keep saying it out loud because like there's no proof of it working. But if it helps, if they turn this around to be able to expand a different program that is very helpful for people, then okay, great.
Okay.
You know.
So
we'll leave it on that.
Again,
note.
that's positive for sure. So
don't let the bad news get to you here in BC. There's still 29,000 people. Well, the year before would have been somewhere underneath that amount, 14,500.
So the sky's not falling.
The sky's not falling. Get on the property ladder. Your first house is not going to be a Lamborghini.
Absolutely.
You know, Lamborghinis, that's a human right.
Right.
Like, what am I, delusional? We need affordable Lamborghinis.
Yes, right.
No.
My affordable Lamborghini was called a Horizon, a Dodge Horizon.
Dodge Horizon?
I remember that Dodge Horizon. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Right.
If you want car stories, I've got car stories, let me tell you.
Right, but you start on the automobile ladder and you start off at the Adam Sandler piece of shit car. If anybody knows that song, right? Do you know that song?
I don't know.
All right, I won't sing it. Because it gets worse from there, and it's funny. Look it up on YouTube.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you haven't, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions for us about property transfer tax, or maybe you're a first-time home buyer and you want to know something about what's going on in Victoria and in the greater Victoria market, please reach out to us for that. We're happy to help you with any of those things too. So
there's about a handful of programs for first-time home buyers that are still current. The first-time home buyer incentive, the federal program, is canceled now.
Okay.
So that's off the table. Plus, barely anybody used it.
Okay.
All right. We'll catch you in the next video.
See ya.